You can see on the left it says delay time. I'm going to go like 140 milliseconds. So I'm able to craft that rockabilly tone by putting the delay in front of the amp the way a real guy with a Gretsch and a Tweed amp and an Echoplex would do. Okay? So, Fender Fuse is a fantastic preset editor. It's going to let me do deeper editing. In fact, let's look at one more thing here, back to our amp. These are the basic controls that the amp has, but if I click Advanced, I have some more deep editing of the compressor and the noise gate, the timbre filter. I can make the tone controls be pre or post distortion. All of this stuff is deeper editing than what's in the amp alone. Okay. Preset editor. Second function that Fender Fuse has that's really cool is a librarian. So here I'm able to look at my presets and my backing tracks. Right now I'm on the computer, and it turns out that I have 4 kind of test presets, and I have a Jim Campolongo wave file in my PC. If I right click on that, send band files to amp. So if I want to, I can send that file over to my G-DEC. Remember, if you're a metal guy and you want to get all that country and jazz stuff out of there, or you're a jazz guy and when you get all that metal out of there, you can customize the G-DEC to exactly what you want. I'm sure my iPod has different stuff in it than your iPod does. G-DEC's going to be like that. Okay? Let's go back to our librarian here. Let's look at the amplifier itself. This is everything that's in the amp. I have 100 presets. Highlighted here is that EJ Dirty Fuzz. But I can go over here and audition. Instead of pushing buttons and turning the wheel over here, I can actually look at my library on my Fender Fuse librarian here. So let's right click on a couple of these and audition. Here's an Americana thing. Here's Bad Religion, Punk Dudes. Let's preview that. Now, if you're a 13-year-old kid, you have a lot of fun jamming along with this stuff. Okay, Benante Bello, those are the guys from Anthrax. What you're hearing right now in the room is the amp itself playing. It's not playing on the PC, it's playing on the amp. We have line outs to the PA. I can assign the line outs to be the speaker and the line outs, or just the line outs for the band tracks. In this amp we have a woofer and a tweeter. The Strat is only coming through the 10-inch speaker, not through the tweeter. So you get your cymbals and your acoustic guitar zing from the tweeter, but the guitar tone isn't compromised by tweeter. Because, you know, guitar players, we do not like playing through a tweeter. Okay? No! I almost heard an amen there. Thank you, sir. Okay, so back to the librarian here. We're auditioning songs. We're looking at our list of presets. Let's look at the SD card. Oh, no SD card inserted. Let me put it back in. It's going to refresh that media list on the amp. Okay, and go back to my librarian, and I'm going to look at the SD card, and now you can see there's that song that I stuck on my SD card last night. Or like here I have a Dweezil track. So I can explore what's on my SD card right from the PC. It's a little slicker than dialing around on the amp itself. So, Fender Fuse, included with the amp, is a nice preset editor, and it's a nice librarian for my presets and my WAV or MP3 files. The third thing that Fender Fuse is going to do for the G-DEC enthusiast is it's going to connect them to the world. So I'm clicking on Community here down at the bottom, and it's acting as a web browser that takes me right to the G-DEC forum. What you're seeing on screen right now is the current fender.com forum G-DEC section that's up right now today. When these amps hit the streets by the thousands in April, this page is going to be a completely redesigned page where those people who have their G-DEC USB out into the PC are going to be able to stream presets from their amp to the community. So how good is that going to be that people who are into this go, wow, I just wrote a killer rockabilly tone, you got to check it out. they're going to send it to the community, and then people are going to be able to download it themselves and try it out. And you know, those of us that are dealers and distributors and stuff, I think you all understand that it's one thing, you know, to sell a bunch of these when the product's brand new, because the early adopter type customers, you know, they're already online last night reading about this. They're going to want to come into the store and try it. But once that initial wave is over, the online Fender community is going to help continue that momentum and enthusiasm and word of mouth about the G-DEC. So that's a very important component to this. And I've been at Fender for 13 years, and I've never seen the outlay of time and resources and manpower that we've done for this. It's not like we launch the product and then go, hey, you know what, we should probably do a website. It's all done. It's all in the can. The video, let's talk about the disc that comes with this. When the customer opens up their box with their new G-DEC 3, it's going to be like Christmas Day. They're not going to believe all the stuff that's in there. For those of you that have stores, the POP card on the top, which has the basic features and where you plug in and which knob you spin, we have two POP cards, and they're two-sided. First one is English and Espanol. Second one is Deutsch and Francais. So in the store, you have the opportunity to set that up the way you want. The disc that comes with it, it has multilingual owner's manuals on PDF. It has stereo versions of the mono files that the amp comes with. So if you're like, man, I love that Eric Johnson thing, I want to put the stereo version in, it'll take a little more memory in the amp, but we're giving it to you. Okay? Videos. We've already shot 10 videos. How to use the footswitch, how to use the phrase sampler, how to record with the G-DEC. All those videos are on the disc. There's the driver software for the USB audio output. USB cable comes with it. So again, the customer gets this amp out of the box and they're like, man, I can't believe all this stuff I get to play with. If you're a 13-year-old kid just starting, or if you're a 55-year-old doctor that's getting back into it, this is kind of like your entry into the world of digital music making. You don't have to buy any other stuff. You can take your audio out. We're even including on the disc Ableton Live Lite, which is a world-class recording program that with this cable and a computer, you're going to be able to record your own backing tracks, or just record. So it's an entry into this world for people who are just learning about it, or who they want to put a toe in the water. Okay? The amp itself is a complete thought, worth every penny. But then when you go out here, you're connecting to the rest of the world. Okay? G-DEC 3. I'm going to just spin through a couple things here just for fun, and then we'll get on to the next thing. You know what's really funny about this is just walk up to it and just spin the wheel and don't know what you're going to get. Let's see what happens. There's acoustic stuff in the G-DEC.